Hey, I wasn't going to make a video today. I was actually going to take a day off. I've got some steel targets coming in. I was going to set up my range and do some shooting today, and I'm still going to try to do that. But I wanted to make a video really quick because of a lot of comments some people made on both my Instagram account and on my YouTube account when I showed everyone I picked up a SIG P320 X5 Legion yesterday. A lot of people were like, hurry up and get to the range. I want to know what you think because this gun has potential to be the biggest Glock killer on the market. They're like, the P320 was pretty much a Glock killer and this is the epitome of the P320. So Glock's days are numbered because of this gun and we want to know if you agree. Well, I haven't even taken it to the range yet, but I'll tell you right now, I can definitively say this is not a Glock killer. And the reason I can say that is because there's no such thing as a Glock killer. People should stop saying that. That makes it sound like there's only room in the market for one good polymer gun. Well, whether this is polymer or not, it's up to debate because it is tungsten infused. But that's getting off topic. There is more room in the market than for just one polymer gun. There is plenty of room for multiple guns. When you pretend like this gun has to kill off the Glock to have a market share, that makes the market look pretty limited. And I don't like that whole notion. I don't like the whole idea that eventually we would just have one polymer gun. It's just a kind of a weird thing to say. It's like saying, well, you know, Chevy came out with the Ford killer today. No, there's people who like Chevy. There's people who like Ford. There's people who like Glock. There's people who like SIG, etc. It's all personal taste. And I like the fact that there's different types of guns. And I don't want any gun to kill any other type of gun. I would like to think there's enough people out there buying guns that Smith, Glock, SIG, everyone can make a decent profit off of making a duty style weapon. And yes, I know I said duty. So that whole notion that this is going to kill off Glocks, the only people that could kill off Glock would be Glock. If they stopped making a reliable quality product or they priced themselves out of the market, that'd be about the only way they could kill their gun. They make a really good basic self-defense, duty, combat firearm. And so does SIG, so does a bunch of other makers, FN, etc. Neither one of them takes away from the other. They're all better at different things in my opinion. This might have a polymer frame, and I do say might, because like I said, tungsten infused, but it's nothing like a Glock. The recoil system's different. Definitely the firing control unit system is different. The ergonomics are definitely different. The build quality is a little different. It's different. It's going to be different than the Glock. And if it's different, it's not the same thing, so therefore it's not replacing. It'd be hard to replace Glock at what they do. I like Glock for what they are. Good, simple, basic weapons. And if you want to monkey with them, you can because there's an aftermarket like crazy for them. Gucci Glocks, etc. They're like, the Tinker toys for adult males. And females if they're really into it. I haven't really seen a lot of females customizing their Glocks though. And they buy them already customized a lot of times like pink and stuff. But now we're getting sexist, so I better steer away from that topic. But to get back, like I said, to the point, this is not a Glock killer. None of my polymer guns, my Walther, etc., they're not Glock killers. Glock exists on its own. There's room in the market for both. I own a lot of different brands, and I think most people do. When you market a new gun like this, you don't market it to like, I want those people to throw away their Glock and buy this. No, you like, I hope people buy a Glock and this. You know, a lot of people have multiple carry weapons for different days, different, situations, etc. So this whole notion that there's only room for one is kind of silly, and I wish people would stop saying that. Plus, whenever you compare anything to a Glock, you're pretending like Glock is the epitome of performance. It's not. It's, like I said, it's an awesome, basic, reliable combat duty / personal defense weapon. But it falls down in a lot of categories. Doesn't come with the best sights, doesn't have the best barrels, blah, blah, blah. But if you want the best, you can put the best in it. Or you can buy something that's a little different. If you want something a little different than the Glock. But let's face it, if you want a Glock, the only thing that's going to make you happy is a Glock. Because like I said, they're great at what they do, and no one's ever going to be able to take that away from them. So Comparing this gun to a Glock is like pretending it's a copy of a Glock. And like I said, it's completely different. I've got room in my life for both, and I think most people do also. So stop saying something's a Glock killer, because for one, Glock isn't the epitome that everything is compared to. And two, I don't think any of us would want Glock out of the market, because I like going into a gun shop and having that be one of my options. I own a Glock. I own a couple of Glocks. In the family, they're not directly my Glocks. But like I said, there's room for all. And everyone has an option that they're going to like. They have a design that they're going to want. And if you want to say this gun is better at X, Y, and Z than a Glock, that's fine. If you want to say Glock is better at, PQR than this gun, that's fine. But as far as direct comparisons or replacements, no, that's just not the case. So stop calling guns Glock killers. They're not Glock killers. They're just new guns.
Oops.
Why don't you go ahead?
It's the lady at 46 South Road. 46 South Road.
Greenfield.
Station 1 call, retone that please.
10-4.
Captain 4 to go to that location.
Yeah.
This is 1-9, is that correct?